Every Shopify tutorial you've watched either skips critical steps or it assumes that you already know things that you definitely don't. So you follow along and you get stuck on step 3 and you end up with a broken store that kind of looks like it was built in 2005. I know because I've been there and I also know exactly how to fix it. I'm Robin, and over the past 5 years, I've helped over 200 jewelry business owners build profitable Shopify stores. My clients have quadrupled their sales, hit consistent 5-figure months, and built sustainable businesses. As Jillian says, working with Robin has been one of the best investments I've ever made for my business. And here's what I've learned. 95% of Shopify tutorials are made by people who've never actually run a successful e-commerce business. Never mind a jewelry business. They're great at explaining the features. They're terrible at explaining what actually makes money. And so this isn't another 30-minute quick setup tutorial. This is a 2+ hour video of everything. And I mean, everything that you need to build a store that actually converts visitors into customers. And here's what makes this different. I'm going to show you the exact same process I use with my private clients who pay me thousands of dollars to teach them how to set up their stores. Same process, same settings, same apps, same optimization strategies. You're going to get the complete system, foundation setup, theme optimization, product pages that sell, payment configuration, email capture, and most importantly, I'm going to show you the difference between a store that just kind of works and a store that converts, because there's a huge difference between accepting payments and actually making sales. By the end of this tutorial, you'll have a professional Shopify store that is optimized for conversions, captures email addresses, and processes payments smoothly. No confusion, no missing steps, no figure it out yourself moments. This is a complete system. Let's build your profitable store. Hello guys, and welcome back. Today I'm going to be walking you step by step through actually setting up your Shopify account, setting up your store, choosing your theme, and actually getting your website set up and what that looks like. And we're going to break it down over a couple of videos so you don't get overwhelmed. And this goes in alignment with our PDF checklist that you can download and just go through step by step and check off each step as they have been done. So what I recommend is to actually open this up. If you have another computer or another screen, you can watch the video on your phone and you can go onto your computer and you can slowly, step by step, just keep pausing and do it along with me in real time. And so we're just going to go set up your store from scratch. If you already got it set up and you're a few steps ahead, that's great. But I would still watch this video to make sure you haven't missed anything and just solidify what you have already done as well. So I'm going to share my screen and we're going to dive right in. Okay, so we have gone to shopify.com. Which is where you're going to go to get started to set up your website. And then we're going to click on Start Free Trial. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to type in my email and I'm just going to stop the recording for 1 second so that the password thing doesn't capture my screen. So give me 1 second here and then I will come back on here in a second. So I've just said create an account and now it is loading. So we have the free trial plan just to start. You'll eventually upgrade when you're ready to start selling. But initially we're just going to create an online store. So that's what we're doing here. Next, I'm assuming somebody who's watching this is just starting. So we'll click that. And we're going to say products I buy or make myself. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do is I would go step by step through the guide. Shopify guides you really, really well through how to do this. And so what you'll be able to do is you'll be able to add your first product, customize your store, add your sharing details, add your custom domain, all of that in here. So when it comes to adding your product, I'm going to actually take a step back and we're actually just going to start with the basics before we get into the products. So we're going to go to customize your online store and we're going to customize your theme. So when we get in here, you are going to want to choose the Dawn theme. It's free. You can browse. They have a lot of different themes in the library. If you want to go with another theme, you're more than welcome to. But the Dawn theme is really user friendly. It's really easy. It's free. And the other themes are also options. So if you find one you prefer, you can always do that. Some of them have fees, some of them don't have fees. I'd be wary of going on another website and getting a theme from there because when you bring it over, it's not going to align necessarily with the updates that Shopify does on a regular basis. And that's when you get glitches on your website. So keep that in mind. So now that we have got to this place, we're going to click Customize. And this is the editing part of Shopify. Okay, so we're over here and I have opened up another tab of Shopify. So I just want to show you because they always are changing the order of things that in which they occur. So we are at the setup guide that you get when you first come into Shopify, when you're just getting started. So when you click on the sell online, you're going to see all these different options. We're currently at the customize your online store option on this tab. And then the other options are store settings. And you're going to work through all of these. If you choose a different order, that's fine. But this is where you're going to name your store. So you would say jewelry business. Okay, let me just do this properly. If you have a phone number, you can add it there. I don't love putting phone numbers on. And then we'll just save that. You will be able to add in your billing information. You click this little button here, the editor. You'll be able to put in your business name, address, apartment, city, postal code, all of that. And then you'll click save. And then your currency. So if you're in Canada, you'll do Canadian dollars. If you're in the US, you'll change it. If you need to change it, you click the dot, 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 change store currency. And you'll be able to select whatever currency you are selling in over there. And then you'll just have to justify why you're making that change there, just so you'll be able to track for future. You also want to make sure the time zone that you've set your store up is correct. So make sure, we're Central Time. No, we're not even Central Time. We're Eastern Standard Time, Canada. So make sure it's correct. It is important for the time that orders come through and the tracking time for customers shipping and all of that. Select the unit system you prefer to measure things like the length of necklaces, all of that in, and the size of your packages, and then your default weight unit can be kilograms or grams. You choose what you prefer. And then if you want any prefix, you can add that. You don't need to add that at this stage. And then you will just click save. It's really important at the top right here to click save all the time as you're going through your store. You will lose things you've worked on if you don't click save. So please don't forget to do that. We're going to come back here, but I want us to go back to the Dawn theme. So we're in here. As you can see, if we scroll down, this is what your homepage currently looks like. This panel on the left under homepage is where we do all the edits. So if you see here, we have header, we have the announcement bar up here. We're going to start by editing the announcement bar. So we're going to click change. Oh, this is for changing, but we're going to edit here. And so you can change the color of the text. You can change what it looks like, all of that. But what I would like us to start with is, whoops, I'm just going to go back in. So that's just my laptop jumping around. But if you click here, we are going to first update this text here. So why is it? Okay. One thing I want you to notice is when we click on the announcement bar, you see where it says welcome to our store. This is where you're going to edit the text. So you're going to click there. And what I always recommend is you have the shipping info here. So we'll say free shipping on US orders, 75 plus, or in my situation, it would be Canadian orders 75 plus. And if you were linking something, you could link it here, but we're not linking anything right now. If you were doing a sale, for example, and you wanted to promote that there, saying like free shipping on Canadian orders 75 plus, and you wanted to like add in something like 10% off your first order. You could then hyperlink that to a page, but I don't recommend it. It makes it messy and it makes it confusing for your customers. So I'd always have your shipping info right up there. Then we are going down and we're going to click save. Every time we do something, we're going to click save. Now you'll have your brand name here, and then you have the navigation. We will edit the navigation in a different section. So for now, we're going to leave it as is. And over here, you'll be able to see you can add in things. You can add your logo here if you want it. This is how you select where your logo goes. You can put it in the center. You can put it on the left. You can put it in the middle left. I kind of like the middle left. I think it's the cleanest option. If you wanted to upload a logo, you will just upload it in theme settings. So let me just click here to show you what this looks like. So you would click here, select image, and you would go to your documents and you would upload your logo. Now, if you don't have a logo, you don't need one. Some people's logos are actually not great on their website. It's much better to make it simple and clean and easy to read. So if your logo is not really conducive to being on a website, I would just use the text like this. That is fine. If not, you can upload your logo. So I'm just going to quickly show you like logo. Let's just pull a logo template here. Jewelry logo. Jewelry business logo. You can go into Canva and you can quickly pull a logo from any of these. I mean, they're not super easy to read. So let's say we go for this one because this is very, very typical jewelry business. I mean, you can go and customize the colors. You can click there. You can customize as needed, as however you wish. I'm just going to change this to make it white, change this to make it white, change this to make it white. And if you wanted to change the name, you can obviously go jewelry. Obviously, this is a sample. We can move things around, all of this. Now, I will say this background is not going to be great. I am going to make it this darker color. And then you'll click share. You're going to click download. Now, if you're uploading it as onto your website, you're going to want potentially a transparent background because this is not going to look good. So what I'm going to do is a different version of it where this is colorful. This is colorful, and bear with me because it's going to look like a hot mess for a second. And then we're going to remove the background there. So we have two versions of our logo for different situations. I'm going to click share, download. I think we'll do PNG. We'll see if it can upload. And then I'm just going to download the second one. And I am going to choose transparent background because I want to upload it and not have any issues on the website. So I'm going to download that. I'm just going to show you how we upload now. So we're going to go to logo, select image, upload, and I'm just going to stop sharing while I bring that up. So we have the image here. We've uploaded it. We're going to select it. Then we're going to click done. Now this logo has been uploaded. As you can see, there it is. We want to change the size of it by just dragging this, making it bigger, making it smaller, whatever you prefer. But as you can see, like I personally find it more impactful when the name is there without the logo. But if you really want the logo there, you can do that. Potentially we could just change the layout here to make it a little bit more impactful. And then the favicon is, for anyone who doesn't know what a favicon image is, do you see this little S next to Shopify and the C? That's a favicon. And so we actually have to create a different template for that. So we're going to go in here and we're going to say favicon image. And so logo. It's actually just the same size, or we can just resize. Let me just double check what the sizing is for you. It has to be 32 by 32. So we can just take this logo and we're going to say magic resize. We're going to say custom size and we're going to say 32 by 32. It's very, very teeny tiny. And then we're going to, is this inches, pixels? Well, I'm just going to make it 100 by 100 and we can make it smaller from there. So 100 by 100 and continue, copy it because I want just it to be separate. And now I'm going to open it and let's see if we can download this one. So I'm going to choose the first version for the favicon because I prefer it, and I'm going to make the file type JPG and I'm going to download. Okay, so it's downloading and I'm going to go here, select image. Again, I'm going to stop sharing for a second just because it's opening up all my documents. I'm going to add the image and I will share with you again. Okay, so it's been uploaded. Now, obviously, make sure it's ticked and selected there. If it's not selected, you won't be able to click done. If it is selected, you'll be able to click done. And now it's been uploaded. So this will be the little image that you'll see there when we get to that point. If you wanted to customize the colors of your website, you'll be able to choose the different schemes here. You can have fun playing around with this, but I also don't recommend getting overwhelmed with it. First, build your website, and then you can go back and just customize some of the themes and the text and stuff. But you can end up spending hours and hours and hours here, and it's not required. So make sure you click save when you have uploaded your logo and everything here, and you are ready to roll. So let's go back. Click on this little button to go back to sections. So we've done the announcement bar. We've done the header. The navigation we'll do somewhere else. We do want this to be a different color for sure. And I'm going to pull the same color as my logo. Now, this is how I do it. I'm going to go into Canva. I'm going to click here, click on this button, click on the plus, and I'm going to copy this code down here. Copy, and I'm going to come and put it in here. Double click, paste, enter. Is it not entering? Yeah, there we go. And I don't want the whole background that color, so I'm just going to change it back. It's just this banner that we're looking to change. So I just need it's this one. So now we'll be able to select. Give it a second. I think those are the buttons. And the solid button, we also want to change this color to this outline button, same color. And I'm going to go out of this, but I do want to change the theme. Let's just try this one because I want this to be darker. And I think that's the version there. So I'm going to click edit. And for everyone's going to have different options here. So let me do this. There we go. So this is what I want, is I want that banner to match the color of the logo. And I now want the text to be white because it doesn't look very visible when it's black. So we have the black there, the white and the like bright color, which kind of pulls it in. Every brand is going to be different, but you want this to be visible text. And you can go down the line, you can go and have fun with the fonts and all of that, but let's just get the structure set up. Now, this is called a hero image. This is the most important image. You have about less than 2 seconds to capture somebody's attention and make them feel like they want to stay on your website. And so it's very, very important. It has to evoke emotion. It has to really share the feeling of what people are buying into by being on your page. And it has to be very clear that you sell jewelry without it just being a product page. So what you're going to want to do first is go into Canva. To get here, you'll just click in Canva. You'll click in like Shopify, hero, image, jewelry business, enter. You can choose anyone. If you have not got the pro account, you can just have a simple, like you don't need any of this. And you're going to click on all of this, delete it, start from scratch. At least we know the sizing is correct and it's an easy way to get started. Then you are going to click on uploads. If you click on uploads, you'll be able to upload your photos of your jewelry that you'll then use. I am going to use just samples here. So I'm going to type in like gold minimalist jewelry and I'm going to look at the photos here and I'm just going to use this because we're just doing samples for this website. So Um, there's a couple of options here. I'm just going to keep this simple. I'm going to pull this image in because I like the color scheme. So now I'm going to download it, and I'm downloading as a PNG file, and I'm going to click download. And I'm going to come back over to Shopify. And now we're going to edit this image banner. So I click on the banner and I'm going to select image. I'm going to then select, I've already uploaded it. I click add images and then I upload. So I'm going to click there, done. And now it's going to input over here. So you can see the image over here. Now, what you can see on this particular template is that there's like a black thing over a black filter over this. So this is called the image overlay, and we're just going to change the opacity. If you want it super dark, you can't see the image. If you want it super light, there's nothing really there. I kind of like it on the super light one, so I'm going to keep it at 0%. Banner height, I feel, is too high, so I'm going to make it medium or small. I kind of prefer the small one here, but you can work out what works. Oh, I like the medium, actually. I'll keep it at medium. But the large one I feel is just too high. Now, the desktop content position, you can play around, depends on your image, depends on everything. We just want to make sure this is very visible text. So, you can move it to the top left. That's an option, but not for this image. I think the bottom center is the best option for this image. Now we are going to edit this text. So to edit, we click on the text. We're going to say effortless golden jewelry for every day. Now, guys, I'm making this up on the spot. If we were doing this for your brand, we'd customize it based on your offer statement. So I'm going to work out which text makes most sense. I think the medium makes the most sense, and I'm going to click back. Now, just keep in mind, we're doing this pretty rough. So I would, if I was going to really want to publish this website, I would choose a different image, or I would move this text so it's a bit more visible because it's a little hidden there. But I'm not going to do that right now. Then the button we're going to customize, which could be shop collection, golden hour collection. And then we would link the collection, which would be golden hour, but we haven't got there yet. So we're just going to link all the collections. And I don't personally like the outline button style. I like the full button. This is the difference. Outline button looks like this. Full button looks like this. I way prefer the full button. I think it looks just a whole lot better, but you'll have to work out what works for you. And it's more visible. We always want to prioritize visibility over everything else. Now, you can see they jump straight into featured products. You can do that. What I recommend, what does best, is if you go to add a section, and we're going to add a section just with text. So we're going to scroll all the way down. Custom liquid, blog post, video, image with text, rich text. Okay, rich text is my fave. So we'll add rich text. I'm going to click the dot, dot, dot. I'm going to drag it up. Now I'm going to drag it below the image banner and above the featured collection. Okay, so you can see we have that there now. So this is where you're going to put your offer statement in. So let's say your offer statement is effortless golden jewel. Sorry, I am used to working on another website, so I'm just editing it the way I usually edit in there. But this would just say effortless golden jewelry for every day. Then we would say over here, handmade and designed by Robin Park in Toronto. If there's anything else like that you wanted to add, like every purchase supports girls' education, you could put that in there as well, but I would just keep it super simple because I don't like overwhelming people, and most people's offer statement will already have 3 lines. So we'll keep it simple there. Then this is a hot mess, so we need to change the button. Again, you can say shop collection, or you can say shop golden our collection again. Faves. Again, any way you can add a little bit of personality, do that. You'll link that collection. We haven't got that created just yet, and that's okay. Now, in this situation, I am going to use the outline button because this is not a vibe. It just looks messy. So I am going to use that. Now we're going into featured products. This is where you're going to want to change the title. What's really important here is that you treat it like you're walking someone through a store. So if somebody walks into your store, you're not just going to say featured products over there. No, you're going to welcome them in. So we're welcoming them in with our hero image and telling them what they can expect here. We're giving them the offer statement, which will be a bit more in depth than just this. It won't be as repetitive. So just a heads up, I'm just doing this on the fly for you just to show you how to build out the site. Then your featured products, you would say something like, here's meet your new fave, hoop layers for summer. Meet your new fave summer layers. Now, obviously, I'd rather that was 4 layers, but you know what? We will actually make it 4 layers. And the text, we can change the size, but I kind of like small there. And I am going to add ... I find it's just a bit more engaging. And if you wanted to add a description, you could. It's not required, but you could always do that. I try to keep the homepage as simple as possible, not to distract people. This is where you'll change the collection that's linked. Now, when we have a linked collection, you're going to see this will look really pretty really quickly. You can choose how many products to show here. So for your favorite pieces, I would just do 3 to 5 products here. I kind of like to keep it simple. You can also have multiple rows that they can do, but let's just keep it super simple. And so, yeah, let's just keep them all in one row and not have multiple. If they're scrolling on their phone, it will look different. And if you ever want to see how something looks on your phone, at the top here, you can see your computer view. Over here, you'll see mobile view. So if we scroll up, this is what it would look like on your mobile. So you can see it looks a little different. So we are going to go, and you do want to check that. It is really important. Your website is mobile optimized. So once we've done this, we are going to go and add another section. And we are going to add a section to say meet the designer. So I think we'll use the image with text. I just want to make sure there's not a better option here. Yeah. Image with text. So it's been added. We're going to click ... click and drag. And we're going, oh, I'm just going to start again. Guys, don't get frustrated. One thing I can tell you is that technology has its moments of being frustrating. And I'm also going to click save quickly. Always save. You will lose everything if you don't save it as you go. So this is where we're going to say meet the designer. So meet the designer. Then the text, we need to make it super friendly as though you're speaking to them in person, not as though you're a big corporation. Hey, it's Robin. I'm so glad you're here. All right, I'll take away the excessive exclamation marks here. I started creating jewelry back when I was in school and never imagined it would lead me to where I am today. My pieces are 14K, are subtle, effortless, and easy for women like me who are always on the go, but love that golden touch of jewelry to uplift and inspire them. You can read more about, oh, we can just leave it like that. Now, this is obviously, guys, I want you to remember I'm writing this on the fly. Do not take these as samples. This I would definitely want to do a lot of tweaking too, but I'm going to pause. I do want to quickly show you when we've written out like that little part of like meet me, we can also take it to ChatGPT. If you're just not good with words, that's okay. You can say, oh, we need to type here. Can you write this short and sweet intro for my website a little better? Keep it casual and warm and empathetic. And then it will write you a new little version. Now, I don't recommend using this word for word, but it is going to give you some inspiration, and then you can take that and tweak that a little bit. So this one says, "Hey there, it's Robin. Welcome, welcome. I'm genuinely thrilled you found your way here. My journey with jewelry began back in my school days, and little did I know that it would blossom into what it is today. Crafting pieces that are subtle, effortlessly chic, and perfect for busy women like myself who are constantly on the move but still crave that golden touch of inspiration. Stick around and let's add a little sparkle to your everyday." So I kind of like that little call to action as well. So I'm just going to pop this in here. Again, I would never personally use this on a website. I've just made this up on the spot, but I want to show you how straightforward it is when you know your brand and when you've got clear on your offer. It's going to be very straightforward as well. Now, you can also say, like, you can also go through and highlight certain things in bold if you wanted to. That's an option. I just want to show you all the little options you have when it comes to editing. Now, we do need to edit this button because we want to say read more of, or my full story is here. Read my full story. And again, I'm going to ask ChatGPT to write this button better. So can you write this CTA button text better? Make it catchy and fun. Give me more options. Make it less wordy. Tap for my story, I think, is cute. So we'll just use that little one here. So we're going to click there, tap for my story, and then we will link the page. So you'll have to go to pages and you will link your About You page. We haven't created it yet, so we can't link it, but just so you know, that's how you're going to do it. And we are going to use the outline button style because otherwise we can't really see that text so well. Then we're going to upload a photo. So we'll select image. And for now, I'm going to use this photo. Well, I may have to create a new one actually. No, this one works. So you can see meet the designer. And obviously we want that to be a photo of you in there. Then we are going to click save. Don't forget. And you're going to click the back arrow and you're going to go to add a section. So once we have kind of introduced ourselves, we also want to introduce the different collections. So again, we don't want it to just say featured collections. We want to say, wait, did we already feature a collection or product line? We already did a feature collection. So we are just going to change this. Give me a second. We're going to do a collection list. It's different from a featured collection. A featured collection is like everything in your rings collection or like a golden hour collection or whatever it is that you're wanting it to be. And I've just put it in the wrong spot. A collection is like, here's what we sell: rings, necklaces, anklets, earrings, all that stuff. So again, we're going to change the text. So if you're somebody who's not good with words, come to ChatGPT and say, can you give me an engaging title for my jewelry collection called Golden Hour with rings, earrings, necklaces, anklets, etc. Something like, and we're just going to pull the one that we did before because we wanted to get an idea of our language. Give me 10 more options. Now, I'm not loving these actually, and it shows you that ChatGPT can help sometimes give you a little bit of it can help give you a little bit of inspiration, but it doesn't give you the answers. It does not give you the answers. So I kind of like the fall into golden hour over here. So I'm going to change this collection title to say fall into golden hour with our collection of jewels. Okay, now I would make that smaller text. I would probably have 6 different collections because you have earrings, rings, necklaces, whatever you have. Maybe we just have 3. Maybe we just have rings, necklaces, bracelets. Simple. Now we would have to come and link these collections over here. We haven't created them yet, but we can create a collection which would be rings. Now, when we're doing this, we want to click manage. We want to make sure it shows selected on your online store, your shop, and your point of sale. So we need to make sure all of those are done. You can then write a little sentence about like our rings are handmade, our dainty rings are handmade to order just for you. Okay. If you do choose to write a description here, keep it short and sweet. And then we will just leave it at that. You can add an image that's not required. We're going to click save. Then I am going to create another collection. So we're going to click create bracelets. Our bold bracelets. Add this sparkle to your day. Guys, please just know that I'm writing this on the fly for you just as a sample, so do not copy the exact text. It's not going to be great. Necklaces. And then you can write the little description there. If we had create another collection, anklets, we can do that. Save. We can also create a bestseller. Ooh. Bestsellers. Here's a collection of our customer faves. I think you'll love these too. And this will have to be done manually or automated if you tag them. That's okay as well. We can also do a collection of like products under 30, products under 100. Like there's so many options here. If you had like the golden hour collection, our golden is inspired by something, something, something by the sunset. Guys, again, don't copy the word. I'm just putting this there as a placeholder so you can see what it looks like. Now we're going to go back and we're going to link these collections. So I am going to link this. Let's just click save. And let's just refresh. Okay. So I'm going to click here, select collection, and I'm going to do the rings. Select. This one I'm going to do our necklaces. Select. This one I'm going to do our bracelets. Okay, Super simple. And then I am going to go here, and for the layers, I am going to link a collection here as well. If I can find the section for linking. Where is it? Featured collection. And here's where we're going to link it. Change the collection. We can just link the bestsellers even. Make sure it makes sense with the title, but that's what I'll do there. And I'm going to click save. So if we scroll down, this will all input with images, and I'm going to show you what it looks like when we get to that stage. Now we can have one more featured collection. There's a balance. For some people's websites, it's too much, but for most of you, you'll be perfectly fine doing this number of things. So now we'll just to say like rings you can stack for days. And we will link our rings here. So I'm going to go down, select collection, going to link my rings, select, and we will just leave that as is. If you want to change, like, don't complicate this too much. You can change a lot of different things here. Start with the basics, get your website set up, and then every month you can just spend an hour refining little things, tweaking. It's always going to be a work in progress in terms of like little things that you're going to be wanting to change. Then we are going to want to add our reviews and testimonials, but if you haven't yet set up the app, it's not going to be able to be done straight away. So just keep that in mind. There's also other things that we can add here. So we can add the sign up, email sign up. I think that's a good thing to have, even though we have the pop up, we can have that again at the bottom just as a reminder. And saying subscribe to our emails is kind of boring. So again, make it inviting, like say, join our VIP community, or let's stay in touch. Be the first to know about our new dreamy collections and exclusive offers. Now, this section, I would maybe change the theme so there's a bit more color at the bottom, kind of grounds it, if that makes sense. We don't want too much, like there's so much value in having white space on your website, but there's also value in some color to ground it down as well. So we will down the line add in your testimonials. They're going to go over at the bottom, just above Let's Stay in Touch. And we also want a call to action button in here. So we're going to go to add section. We are going to select. You can add videos and things. Videos do slow your website a bit, so you want to be pretty careful with that. Multiple column. I think the best one I'm going to go with for today is going to be one of these. We'll just add this, talk about your brand. I'm going to move it up above email sign up. I'm going to change the format to potentially a completely different format. No. We will leave it as is, but I want to just delete this section so that we have a call to action button underneath. And we're going to say shop or show me the golden faves. Then we'll link that to the collection of bestsellers. Again, it's just important to have a call to action button there. Doesn't matter if it's it doesn't matter which collection you choose to link to, but it is just important to have that. Now we have to change the theme here, and nope. The button theme I'm looking for. We want the outline. There we go. So For someone who gets down here, it's just like, okay, show me the golden faves. And this is pretty much a very simple, straightforward website that will drive conversion because it takes customers on a step-by-step journey of getting to know you, building that connection, seeing the pieces. It's easy and simple to navigate, which is so important. So when we scroll down, you'll see this is what it's looking like so far. You know, we have the products, we have Meet the Designer, which is really important. We have the collections, rings you can stack. If you had a blog, you can add it here, but that's not required. If you had features, you can add it here. If you have upcoming events, you can add them here. But you understand the concept now of how you add blocks, add sections, how you edit them, how you move them around. And so the principles are going to be the same. So now you can have fun and customize it as you want. Now, I wanted to take you back to the theme settings quickly and just show you the colors. We need to fix the colors. You can change things a little bit. You can change like all the details of pretty much everything in here. Again, don't get overwhelmed. But we have an issue with this theme because some of the colors are, well, you can have fun. You can make multiple versions and then you'll have more choice. So you can literally click on these and customize the codes as I showed you how to do through Canva. Okay, so you can have fun with it. I could spend hours on that and I don't want to do that right now because we're not publishing this website. But I think that gives you the details that you're looking for and you can just have fun and do all that over here. One thing you're going to want to do is link your Instagram. So we'll put in our Instagram link here. So you'll just go to Instagram, copy the link. Let me stop sharing and I'll show you. So I have taken my link and I have copied it. And now I'm going to come over here. It's this URL. I'm copying this. Copy. And then I'm coming, oh, we're on a different page here. Coming over here, pasting it there. So do you see I just pasted it down there? You'll do the same with your Facebook and everything as well, so that those can be linked. And you can see it's just added our hyperlink of the Instagram down here. And so you'll be able to link all your social accounts here that you have. You don't need all of them. There's different options here for searching, and it's going to be different for every business depending on what you want to do. You can change the color scheme of your cart, your checkout. You can add images, your logo, everything as you wish. It's totally up to you how you choose to customize at that point. But now you know how to use the features, how the drag and drop works, how the segments work. The one thing I would do here is I don't like the footer. Like it's just looking ugly. So I would change this. I would make it a third theme actually. And so we will just go in here and we will pull a different color. I'm going to pull this color. Actually, I'm just going to pull a slightly different, a lighter version of the other color. So I'm going to pull that. And I'm going to change the theme, edit theme, background. So enter. Okay. So I would still maybe make it slightly lighter, but you get the idea. And then you can have fun with the other colors if you want. But I like the top banner and the bottom to have some kind of color, whether it's light or whatever, but it really grounds the website. And again, make this fun. Let's stay in touch. So if you're going to have this down here, you don't need this up here. So we can go and delete this segment if you choose, or you can move this further up and you can, you don't want it to be too repetitive right at the same spot. So we'll just move this above the featured collection. So we can do that. And then you'll be able to add the navigation that goes at the bottom as well down the line. So you'll just need to make sure things like your social media icons are selected, otherwise they won't show. payment icons builds trust. So you definitely want that. You want to show the policy links. Those are important. And to add those, you'll go to policy settings. So when you get here, they have already kind of got your policies for you. And so you can manage these and you can edit these and you can tweak, and it's going to depend on what works for you. So you'll go through and you'll be like, okay, I want a 14-day return policy. I will say customer provides return shipping, which is what I would recommend. Final sale items, you can say if there's specific collections, you can select them here. Anything on sale, essentially, people can't. Sale items should be final sale. And again, click save. We're going to go back. And then you will be able to write in your return policy, or you can create from a template. And that's what I recommend. So I would just use the Shopify templates and then go through it slowly and make sure it works with you and just tweak as needed. But that's what I recommend. Privacy policy, create from template. And you will have to go through and review and tweak it as you wish. If you want a lawyer to look at it, you can, but I would trust these. But again, I'm not a lawyer, so if you want a lawyer to write those out for you, you can, but these are specifically developed by Shopify's legal team for business owners. So I would trust these very much. And you'll just input all of these. As you can see, it's pretty straightforward. Your shipping policy, you'll have to say like free shipping on Canadian orders of 75 plus. And we'll say free tracked shipping because it should be tracked. Then we'll say something about like orders under 75 are, let's say, $10 for tracked shipping. Shipping takes 7 to 10 days, and we are not responsible for items once they have left our studio. Your jewelry will be made and shipped within X amount of days, like within 3 days or 5 days of being ordered. Now, you'll want to write all this out, and you also want to say like international shipping. So this will be Canadian shipping. And you'll have your details there. We'll just put it as bullet points so it looks a little more organized. And international shipping, flat rate of, and I do recommend flat rates if you're able to, CAD for all international orders going to the US and UK. Now you'll want to look at different countries. Obviously, it's not going to work for other countries, other international countries. You can decide if you're going to ship to them or not. I would not start with that. If you're just getting started, start with your home country and maybe 1 or 2 other countries because it gets a little bit more complicated. Once you've written that out, copy and paste it into ChatGPT. So what we're going to do is I'm going to just share my screen again. Where are you? Share my screen. Can you write out my shipping policy for my Shopify website better? Paste it in. So this is going to organize it a whole lot better for us. Obviously, this is not what I don't recommend copying and pasting what I've put here because your shipping is going to be different. Everybody's is different. You have to decide what works for you. And if you get stuck, you let us know. But this is how I would then lay it out. It looks nice and neat and simple and clean. Contact information. Well, if you're selling in the European Union, you'll need to do this. If not, you can just put in the key information. I would avoid putting your phone number at all costs. And then your physical address, I would also avoid putting the full address out. If you need this, if you're in the European Union, you'll need to put all that info in there. Okay, so we'll click save. And now what we're going to do is I do want to pause for a second. Okay, so now I'm going to show you step by step how we actually upload our products onto your Shopify website. So I'm going to share my screen. First thing we have to do is resize them. I recommend making them square. So I'd say Shopify product listing images to get like just a template, or you can just create your own if you prefer. We don't need all these fancy pants details. I just want one of these to customize. Or you can just create a new custom design. That's another option. I'm going to delete all of this. And now I'm going to click upload, and I'm going to upload product photos that I have. But because I'm just doing this as an example, I'm going to go to elements and I'm going to type in gold minimalist jewelry. And I'm going to pull the photos to show you. So what's really important on your Shopify website is that all your products are consistent when it comes to the sizing. All the product photos are consistent. So we're going to do this. We're going to add a page. I am going to pretend that this is the same necklace that she is wearing. It's not quite, but you'll pull your product images and you'll have them out here. We'll have one with the packages. If you need to move it around, you click and drag. If you need to go in, you click and do this. Super straightforward. And we always need every product to be worn as well. And then we need some lifestyle shots of it just lying down so you can see like that. So I'm just going to do a couple of products here. Obviously, these are just samples, so it's not as cohesive as if this was a real website, but that's okay. And so you'll do this with all of your products. Now, what you may want to do is just create a separate Canva thing for each product because for each product, you'll probably have 2 to 10 photos. And then it will be simple if you ever update the photos to go in and just resize. So I am doing this. Now what I'm going to do is that I'm ready to download them. So they're ready to go on the website. So I'm going to click share, download, PNG. I think we'll be able to upload PNG. We shall double check, and then download. Once they have downloaded, I'm just going to open them out of the zip file, and then I'm going to upload them onto Shopify. So just going to open them quickly in my documents for you. And then we'll be able to pull them into Shopify. So okay, so you'll have to go back. Now we've clicked save here because we were working on this earlier. We're going to click save, then we're going to click exit. Now we're going to click on products. You're going to want to add a product. What I recommend is do one product first, share a screenshot of what you've done in the Facebook group if you're not sure, so we can check it before you move on and do all the other products. So golden hour, herringbone chain. Now, what you can see is important is the product name. We have a connection part to the product name and we have a descriptive part. The connection part is golden hour or golden honey or, something like that. Something that makes people feel connected to the piece. It's going to be different for every brand. The descriptive part is herringbone chain. So that's really clear what it is. This is really important. This differentiates you from all the other brands out there who are also selling gold herringbone chains. This connection part is so, so, so important. This helps people identify exactly what it is. It helps with SEO, all that fun stuff. Then you're going to write the product description. So the first thing you're going to need is 2 to 5 sentences, which is a connection paragraph. And we've spoken about this in one of the videos. So you'll want to write this out saying, I can't think off the top of my head, but if you're our golden then honey herringbone chain is the perfect effortless piece for women like you who are on the go, yet embrace those moments of presence and peace. I don't as the just as the honey bee does. This chain is subtle, sweet and subtle. And moves something against your skin, gently against your skin, catching the sunlight and dancing as you move effortlessly. Okay, guys, this is really rough, but I want to show you how we do this. So we have the basic version of like the story connection part. Then we have the details. And this is where it's the facts, cold, hard facts. So 18-inch chain, lobster clasp for ease of use. For ease, 14K gold filled. If it's, let's say your piece is hypoallergenic, you would add this here. Non-tarnishing or tarnish resistant, beautifully packaged and ready to gift. Handmade by Robin in Toronto. Now, you see how this is some of this information we've already told them. We have to tell them again multiple times. Free tracked shipping on all Canadian orders of 75 plus. So all the information, like the real cold, hard, boring details goes here. Now, obviously, this is not pretty. So we will just pop it in ChatGPT and ask it to, can you write this product description better for my website? Keep it fun and warm and keep the structure. Okay, and can I remove the coding? I don't know why it gave me all the codes. So introducing our golden honey herringbone chain, the ultimate blend of elegance and ease, tailor-made for the unstoppable woman just like yourself. Just like the industrious honeybee, you're always buzzing with activity, yet you savor those precious moments of stillness. This chain is your perfect companion, sweet and subtle, gracefully gliding against your skin, capturing the sunlight and twirling with your every move. It's a radiant reminder to cherish life's simple joys, just as the honeybee delights in each bloom it visits. Details, length, class, material. Like you can see, they do a really great job of just uplifting what you wrote, but you have to write it first. It will not be the same. Then what I do is I go through and I highlight in bold certain things like the product name. And one other thing we will want to do, and you can do this afterwards. You can say either over here or over here, this piece layers beautifully with our um, sunlight necklace, pendant necklace. And then you would hyperlink that. So you would select that, you would copy the link from the website. We can't do that right now. But for example, this is how you do it. You'd copy this link, and this would have to be the product page. Select, and then you would click Insert Link, Paste. Open in a new window. Link title we can leave. Well, you can add it to Sunlight Pendant Necklace. So you can see we've hyperlinked there a product. So what's important to look at is the status. You'll want it to be active when you get to publishing. Manage sales channels. You want to make sure these are all selected, otherwise they won't show on your store. You will want to make sure the category is correct for shipping internationally and stuff. Product type, we can just say this is a necklace. Vendor is your own brand. So we'll select necklaces under the collection. Tags, we can say this is a bestseller. If it's a bestseller, you can add any relevant tags. We're going to upload the media. So I'm going to click upload, and I'm just going to quickly pull the product images that we just did together. And I'm going to share with you what it looks like now. So we've uploaded those product images. If you need to move them around, you can move them around. I like this one as the first one. The vendor is just going to be your business name. So it can be Jewelry Business Academy. You don't need to fill this in if, you can, but it's not essential to fill everything in. Theme templates, it's just a default product. Now, price, we're going to price this at, let's say, 85. Compare at price would be if it was on sale. So let's say down the line you ever want to do a sale, you would say the price could be 55 and the compare at price could be 85. And then it will show the price 85 with a cross and then now 55, just so you know. Cost per item, you'll want to put the cost in here. Let's say it's $7. It will show you the profits and margin. Highly recommend putting the cost of every single piece in as you go. If you don't do that, it's just going to add so much work for you down the line when it comes to tax season. Inventory, you're going to want to track your quantity, definitely. And so let's say we have right now 20 in stock. We'll put this here. If it's something you can easily remake, you can say continue selling when out of stock, but I personally would be wary of that depending on how your business is set up. If you are selling in stores, you'll want to add the barcode and product code. Now, we have a whole thing on how to create your product code, but essentially you're going to take the first letters of your business name. So it would be JBA, Jewelry Business Academy, dash, this would be, the collection is Golden Hour Collection, and this product is a necklace. And then the product name is what is the name? Golden Honey Herringbone Chain. So I'll just say Golden Honey Herringbone Chain. And then I'd say 18 because it's 18 inches. Now, this is a little messy, and it's a bit boring because I've just used the same names, but you get the idea. The barcode would be automatically input when you upload the barcode app, which we are not going to do right this second. You can select the weight of the product so that shipping can be tracked. So let's say this is 75 grams with the envelope and box and everything. You will want to add customs information so that you can, so we'll say Canada, select your province of origin. So we're in Ontario. Harmonized product system. So this is so that they know how much taxes to charge. So you'll have to type in as much detail like gold filled jewelry. Jewelry. I think it's using the jewelry, and then you'll select which type of jewelry is most suited. If you get stuck, click on learn more because everybody's jewelry is different. So you'll just select one of those. I'm going to select imitation jewelry for this one. Variants. Now, if this particular piece comes in multiple sizes, you'll click that here and you'll say like 16 inches, enter, 18 inches, enter, 20 inches. Where's the inch sign? Okay. And then you'll click done. Now we have to look at the price. Maybe the price is different for different sizes. Then you would say $82, $88. That's an option. Now let's say we have 20 of the one, we have 18 of the other, we have 12 of the other one. You want to make sure that's all clear. You can then edit the SEO engine listing down here. That's a separate training. I don't want to overwhelm you, but you would just click edit and you would go in here and just optimize this. And we can also, again, get this optimized in ChatGPT. But we will leave this for now because I don't want to overwhelm you. So we're going to click save. So now you want to click preview. And this is where you can screenshot and pop it in the Facebook group if you want us to take a look. We see the name, we see the price, we see the different options here. People can add to cart. This button, we need to fix that button. There's a little glitch with our coloring. I would have to just go through and fix the color scheme because I've obviously made, what I've done is I've made the box the orange color and the text the orange color. So I just have to change the text back to white. We have the product description, the connection part. We have the link to another product. We have the details here, which is really important, simple, clear for people to read. And we have that product ready to go. So this is great. Now what we do when we're happy with this is we click duplicate. And then you'll rename it and it will maybe be the like golden layering necklace. Now, obviously, I'm making this up. You'll want to duplicate all the information, but probably not the images. But I'm going to duplicate the images because I just want to show you what it looks like when there's products filled up. You'll then just go through, tweak the product description and everything, tweak the pricing, tweak all of this, change the tags as necessary. So I'm just going to tag all of these. You'll never tag all of them, but I want to show you what it looks like when the website is full. So, and what I am going to do also is I'm just going to move the product images. Oh, it didn't even upload. So we'll just upload these ones quickly. I'm going to move this. And we're going to make sure this is saved. Okay, I'm going to duplicate. Golden ring. Images I do want to duplicate. It's not even adding the images anyway, so it doesn't matter. So we're just going to upload. Now, obviously, you'll have to go through these a little bit more carefully. But what I'm wanting to do is I want to show you what it looks like now when we go back to our website. So we'll also just go to collections and you'll see that there's a few pieces now in our collections. And you'll see our products here. You can see everything that's going on. If you ever want to edit them, you'll click in. Now, very important to notice, this product is active, these aren't. So we've done all the work for these, but they're not going to show on our website. So we have to change the status from draft to active. Save. Go back to products. Click on this one, draft to active. Save. Now I want to show you what the online store is looking like. So I click online store. I want to first update the navigation. So when you go to main menu, we have home. It's not really necessary, to be honest with you, but we can leave it if you want that. Then what's really important is shop. So we'll have shop, and then shop will actually lead to all products, which is fine for now. We're going to add a menu item, which is going to say rings. And we're going to link to the collection that has our rings in it. Add. We are going to add necklaces. We're going to link the collection that links to necklaces. we are going to add earrings. We're going to link the page that links to earrings, the collection. Where is the earrings? I didn't even create an earrings one, so we're just going to do anklets. And I'm going to change this to anklets. We're going to also create a golden hour collection. We're going to link the collection to the golden hour collection. Add there. Now, you can see this is a hot mess. We're going to click the draggy buttons and drag it under. Up and under shop. Up and under shop. Now, the collection we'll also put under there. If you had multiple collections, you can put it as a separate navigation menu. Contact, we also need about or meet the designer, but I think about is short and sweet. So we'll put that there. We'll link to pages. We haven't created the page yet, so we'll have to come back and do that. But for now, I'll just link it to the contact page just so you can see. We're going to drag and drop. Now, we don't want that under, so we're going to drag it out. Now we're going to add another page, which is like meet Robin. And that would link to a page that's like a meet Robin we haven't created yet. We're also going to do a like FAQs. We'll link to a page that is a FAQ page, which we haven't yet created. So I'm just going to drag these so you can see. Drag the about, drag this under, drag this under. And that's a good start. So we'll save that. Note that this is our navigation. It's under online store, navigation, the main menus there, footer menu. We'll add some menus to the footer. So what we want is we want to link the policy pages. We want to link the privacy policy, refund policy, shipping, terms of service at the bottom. So we'll add that. We will add policy pages, refund policy, policy pages, shipping policy, policy pages, terms of service. Okay, so those are all linked at the bottom. Now you can make them a hyperlink, but I'll just keep like you can make them indented or not. I'm just going to keep them like this for the footer menu. That's fine. And then you can also still add like the collections again. So you can add like shop earrings, this if you wanted to. So if we go back to our online store and we click view your store, I want to show you this is what it looks like. So we've only spent like an hour or so on this, and this is what it looks like. Meet your new 4 layers. Again, this would normally have a whole lot of products. I just haven't put them all in. We scroll down, meet the designer. This will have a whole lot of products. This will have a whole lot of products. Show me the golden faves. So this is just your basic start to get started, and then you can add from there. So I do want to just show you how to quickly create the product pages, the about pages. So when you go along here, let me just walk you through. This is your home page. It's going to give you everything. This is where you'll see orders coming in. Products is where we've been adding our products. You'll see collections here. You can manage inventory here. You can look at transfers, purchase orders, gift cards you'll create here. You'll just say create a gift card. And that's how you would just create one to send to a customer. And if you wanted to make it as a product, which I recommend on your website, you'll say, yeah, jewelry, like whatever e-gift card, e-gift card. I don't know why we're in all capitals. And then you will write like give the gift of choice with our e-gift cards. Perfect for those hard to shop for loved ones who love getting to choose their fave gems, something like that. Again, you'll still have the description, the details of like takes like you'll receive it immediately to your inbox. There's no deadline for when they can redeem, all that stuff. We'll still upload like a product image for your gift card. And I just want to show you when you do your gift card, we can go here to say gift card. And I don't like the sizes of these, but I do like for Shopify. Um, e-gift card. That's what we need. Okay, you know what? I'm not going to spend forever on this. I just want to show you. This is the principle. So I'm going to copy this over to just, I'm copying it over here because the sizing is right for the product images, pasting it in here, making it bigger, and then I'm just going to click and drag. Now I'm just going to make this on brand for our brand that we've just done right now, which is going to look like this. E-gift card, we can change the colors of these things so it's a little bit prettier. We can change the text color so it's white. We can make this prettier. We can move them around. Like you can have fun with this. Make it look like a gift card. And I don't like that stuff. So yeah, we'll just make it look prettier. And the other thing I like doing in this is I would go to elements and I'd say gift card. Graphics. And we can add a shadow. Where is the shadow? I'm going to pull a different one. I'm going to pull this one. So you know what? I don't like this, and I just want to show you because it does make a difference as to people actually going and buying it. So I'm just going to remove everything from this because it's a hot mess. I'm going to do something that's very on brand for the brand that we're busy working with. So I'm going to pull this, or I'm just going to pull actually a product image that is a bit more vibey. And then I am going to pull the text over. So I'll copy this text over here. I'm going to say e-gift card. I don't know why this is a horrible font. So we're just going to do this on our own. Drag this here, e-gift card. We're going to make this text much bigger. We're going to make this font way prettier somehow. And this is okay if it's a little prettier, but this is a little messy, but yeah, we'll do this one. Make it smaller on the left here. I'm going to change the font. And then you would put like your logo in here as well. So let's just say like jewelry logo, or we can copy and paste our logo from here. I'm going to copy this one over. So I'm just going to drag this. I'm going to make it all white because that will fit the aesthetics. So that would be the e-gift card. I would click download PNG #1, just page 1. Now I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. I'm going to upload it here. So I'm going to delete this because this is going to be our product image. Now I'm going to click upload and I'm just going to upload it and show you. Okay, so what I've done is I've just uploaded it to Canva. Now I want the corners to be oval. So I'm going to go to elements and I'm going to say um, rectangle image. And I want a rectangle image, but with like oval sides. I want like one of these. Let's just see if we can edit it in. And I'm going to drag, oh, you know what? I'm just going to do this. I'm going to pop this in the center. And then I'm going to just pull out. No, I'm going to just normal rectangle. I'm going to pull a normal rectangle here. Oh, that's not a normal rectangle. We just need the shapes. Okay, this is perfect. So this is a square, but it will work. I'm going to make it almost the same size as this image. I'm going to change the color to black or to like an on-brand color, actually. No, probably black. Then I'm going to just make it lighter to like a gray. I'm going to position it backwards. I am going to make it a bit more transparent. So it looks like a shadow. That's what we're trying to do. So this looks a bit like a shadow, if that makes sense. So now I will download this image to go on our gift card image. So PNG, page 11, go. So upload new. I'm going to upload that image when it gets here. Where is it? Give me a second. Okay, here it is. So we're going to open it. We're going to make sure the status is active. We're going to make sure the product type is gift cards. We're going to make sure the collection shows as, we can actually put this under all the collections, but I will put it under golden hour as well. And then I will say this is a gift card. So if anyone types in gift card, they'll be able to find. Then you can adjust. I don't really like $10, but I'd say 20, 25, 75 I'd add in here. I would add 150 and I would add 200. But, oh, well, we don't need to add them all, but I just want to show you what it looks like. Now, we do want to add images here. So again, I'd add this image to all of these, or you can do custom ones with the actual amounts on each. But we want it to look good and trustworthy. Inventory doesn't need to be tracked, obviously. Default product, gift card, this is all fine for now. Again, you want to make sure that this is better description. So you would want to say, you're right. Here's description for our gift cards. So we'll say introducing our e-gift cards, the perfect solution. Obviously, you'll want to rewrite this in your wording and your language, but this is what we're looking for. Really simple, straightforward information, but you can add some of your personality in there as well. So we'll make sure that's e-gift cards. Make sure it's going to be visible on all these platforms. And we're going to click save. I want to show you what it looks like. So if we click preview, this is what our e-gift card looks like. So you can see this looks professional. It looks like something like okay, yeah, I would buy this. And now you can see the only issue we have is that the order I didn't fix. So we'll just have to shuffle these around. Edit, and we'll click the dot, 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 drag and drop, save. And if we come here now and we refresh, you'll see we refresh. Might have to give it some time, but it will be updated. The order will be updated over there. So that's the products, that's the gift cards. When you get customers, they're all going to be over here. You'll be able to see what's going on. This is content creation. I don't want to complicate it. You don't need to go through everything when you're getting started. But this is going to be your online store over here. So every time you need to edit your online store, you're coming here. You're going to then click on pages, which is where we were coming before I got distracted. Add page, and you're going to say, meet Robin. Then you're going to write your meet Rob, like your page here. So it would be something like, hey, it's Robin. I'm so glad you're here. And then you'll go into your story. The bottom, you want a call to action, which is like, shop my 3 fave designs here. And then you will hyperlink this. Hyperlink means you choose the product page. Let's say this is the product page, even though this isn't. Let's say this is the product page of your, like with the collection of your favorites. We'd hyperlink it. So we go here, insert link, link to this page. There we go. And so you'll have all the information there. I'm going to save this because I am not going to sit here and write a sample because it's going to be different for everyone. But again, you'll be able to upload a photo of yourself here as well. We definitely want photos on this page, but the photos are not going to necessarily look as good. So you'll have to manage the sizing, edit image, and we want to make it a little bit smaller. I'm not loving this setup. Let's make it inline. You'll have to play around and work out what makes sense, but product image. Yeah, we definitely don't want it this small. It looks ridiculous. Okay, I think the banner is what we're looking for. There we go, banner works. And then you'll update all of that, and then you will be able to link this page. Again, you can view the page here. You'll obviously have your text and your story there, shop your fave designs. You don't want this lost at the bottom, so make sure this text is above the image unless you have more images below. And then you'll do the same. So you'll just go and you'll make another page for your FAQs, and then you'll link these. I want to show you how we link them. So we go to navigation, main menu, and we go to about. Now we're going to click the down arrow, meet Robin, edit, and we're going to go to pages, meet Robin, apply changes. Okay. So that's everything just to get you started on your store and get you to this point where we have a store that people can shop from. The customer journey through the store is very clear for your customers. They know where they're going, they know what they're doing, they know what they're there for. It's optimized to drive conversions. And then when we get to adding the apps and stuff, we'll do that in a separate video. Hello guys, and welcome back. So today I just want to quickly show you how to customize your collections in Shopify. So I'm just going to share my screen and walk you through this quick. So you're in your homepage in Shopify. You're going to go down to products on the left. You're going to click on collections. Now we have the current collections that we have. If we wanted to create a new collection, we would click up at the top, create new collection. So this would be our Summer Breeze collection. We would write the description in here. Make sure it's available on all of your sales channels here. Scroll down. Now we can make it manual or automated. Manual means that we would have to manually pull all the products in. Automated means it will automatically happen. Automated requires you to like give conditions to the product. So I'll show you how we do it. I prefer automated. It's much easier. So the conditions mean the products must match all conditions or any condition. And I prefer any condition for this particular, well, it would be all conditions for this one actually. So the product tag would have to be breeze, like what do we call it? Summer Breeze collection. Enter. So we're just going to save this and I want to show you now what we're going to do. So we've created this collection called Summer Breeze. We're going to go to our products and now we have to choose. Let's say this necklace is part of our Summer Breeze collection. So we're going to go to tags and we're going to say Summer Breeze collection. Enter. So we've tagged it there, as you can see. I'm going to click save at the bottom. It won't let me see this. Give me a second. It won't let me, funny. Anyway, it won't let me save it, but you get the idea. So it actually is not letting me save. But when you save it, you'll be able to save. I just can't because the Zoom window is blocking the save button. But then you'll come here and you'll see the pieces in the collection. So it would be like the golden hour. You would be able to see those pieces that are in there over here. If you want to see what it looks like, you would click view, and this is what you would see on the website. So when people click that collection, obviously this is just a sample. Now I'm going back to collections. So here you can see the different collections and the number of products and if there's any product conditions required there. And so you'll be able to easily go in and be like, okay, anklets, let's go through and check that we have all our anklets here. You can move them around by best selling, which I recommend, or you can manually shuffle them around. So you can drag and drop. The drag and drop is a constant thing that you'll be doing in your website. So I just wanted to show you quickly how simple it is to create those collections. And then you'll have to go through to your navigation over here on the left, main menu, and you're going to just make sure those are linked correctly. So like, for example, we can add our new collection we just created, which is going to be the Summer Breeze collection. So we'll go there, Summer Breeze collection, add, it's been added to the bottom. We're going to drag it up under the other collection over there. And we're going to click Save Menu. And now we can just go take a look and see what it looks like. So we'll go to View Our Store. And you'll see here now the navigation is dropped down. Obviously, I should have used the same all caps or not all caps. But this is how you'll see it when we click on the navigation, the About page over here. And you can click there and you'll see the product. So we haven't linked that one yet, but we have linked the golden hour. So that's pretty straightforward. Hello, guys. I am just going to walk you quickly through how to set up your payments and stuff on Shopify. So I'm going to share my screen and just walk you through what we're doing here. So when you click on settings, you're on your home page in Shopify, click on settings, and you'll be able to see all the things here. So we'll go to billing. And when you click on billing, you'll be able to see kind of what's happening in terms of your money going through Shopify and then coming out to you. User permissions, you don't have to worry about this. This is when you add staff accounts down the line, you'll be able to do that. If you do events and you have multiple events going on at one time, you'll have different staff with different POS systems and you can add them over here so you can track who's doing what. I just want to scroll through so you have some concept of what's happening here. When we click on payments, you'll see all the Shopify payments and you'll have to click on, you can click manage if you want to manage like the rates and see what's going on, what you're being charged. If you want to remove options, you can remove them. I recommend having all the options available. It makes sense to do that. And you want to, I recommend allowing Apple Pay, Google Pay, all of those things unless you really don't want to. Now, the way your payouts are described on your bank accounts, if you don't like Shopify, if you want it to make it more clear, you can do that over here. And then payouts from your bank accounts, I recommend having your payouts come every business day so that you get the money as fast as possible. And I would say that you want an email every time those payments happen. Now, I want to just go back here because we'll have to complete your account setup. So you're going to go in here, you're going to select the business type. If you're a sole proprietor, you'll do this. You'll click here. If you're a corporation, whatever it is, you'll click on, and then you'll have to fill in your details. I'm obviously not going to do that on this video, but I just want to show you this is where you fill it out. You're going to put in your personal details, product details. This is just going to be simple. They just want to know what you're selling. So it'll be like 14 karat gold fill handmade jewelry that I design and make at my home studio. Simple, straightforward. You'll add your phone number, your banking information, the currency, everything is down here. And then you're going to click submit. And that's going to take a couple of days. So you want to do that before you're expecting to get payments coming through. So that is all set up. Then you can also set up payment capture method. So you can manage this and you can say that, payments are authorized when an order is placed automatically at checkout, which is what I recommend. You don't want it only to come through when an order is fulfilled. You want the money upfront before you even do anything else. Make sure that's set up correctly. Now, manual payment methods, you can set this up if you want, but I personally don't recommend it. It's not necessary. It's not something that's necessary. Unless you're doing a lot of custom work, you can do that, but I personally wouldn't recommend this. And then you can also look at the different apps here, but you need to keep it as simple as possible. And somebody just getting started doesn't need any of these. So just keep this in mind. But I just want to show you so you have some awareness of what's happening here. Your checkout, you can customize the checkout page over here. Most of this is already set up correctly, so you don't have to worry about it too much. One thing you do want to make sure is that you want to pre-select email and make people have to unselect if they don't want to receive your emails. That's pretty important. If you decide you want to do SMS marketing, you can also click this here. This is all pretty standard when it comes to address collection preferences and order processing. But I will say automatically fulfill only the gift cards of the order. Yes, your gift cards should automatically be sent out to your customers. So you want to make sure that's selected there. And we don't need to customize anything else here. So don't make your life harder than it needs to be. Don't make it complicated. And you'll also want to customize your shipping and delivery page here. So when you are setting this up, you'll have to click here. We'll go to the rates for different pieces and we'll scroll down. I don't know why they make this page kind of complicated, but it is. So first thing is the shipping origin. Look, shop location is Canada, so make sure that's all correct. Then you'll have all these different options. You can add rates, you can change rates, you can edit rates over here. So I recommend keeping it simple. Have one standard rate, which I would say it could be express, or you can customize it, say like free tracked shipping. Shipping on orders 75 plus, and the price would be 0. It would be free, but we need to add conditional pricing. So the price would be free and it's based on the order price. So the minimum price has to be 75 for them to get that, or it would have to be 74.99. Oh, sorry, that would be the minimum price would be 74.99. Maximum price would be like 5,000. We have no maximum, no limit. Okay. And this is what it would look like. Free tracked shipping on orders 75 plus. Done. Now, I personally don't like all these options. It's going to confuse you and your customers. So only do the ones that you need. The other rate we need is people who spend less than $25 or 75. So it would be orders. Maybe your flat rate is $10 tracked shipping for orders under 75. And the price would be $10 there. And based on order price, minimum would be 0, maximum would be 74.99. Done. So they have those two options. Now, international, you want to select your zones that you're going to ship to. I don't recommend shipping to everyone all at one go. It's going to be overwhelming. It's not all straightforward. I would start with the UK if you're based in Canada, or the US, and the US. That would be my starting point. Oh, we can only edit the UK here. So I'd say UK. And then you would say like, okay, here's what my rate's going to be. You can select these options, which will calculate it for them at checkout, or you can create a flat rate. It's up to you. And you create the flat rate the same way I just showed you. US, we can have all these options, which is connected to the actual shipping costs, or we can create a flat rate, which would be, I just want to show you custom flat rate, or US orders rate $1.25 for all US orders. And that would just be $25 for based on order price. we would remove the conditional pricing for this because every US order would be charged this. And then I'd remove the other options, or you can keep the other options and have them. It just makes it more complicated. I find the simpler you make it for your customers, the more likely they are to order. So you work out what makes sense for you. If all your packages are different sizes and it's going to really impact shipping, then you want to take that into consideration, in which case it's probably better connecting it to the postal office and letting them calculate it. Otherwise, keeping it simple is the way to go. And then you're going to click save. Don't forget to click save at every step. So method, definition, cannot save conditions with different field. Where did I make a mistake? Oh, well, I haven't activated this. So guys, just keep in mind, this is a tester account, so it's not all activated. So that's what's going on there. But I just want to show you, hopefully this will save. I just wanted to show you how you edit that, and then you'll want to customize that for yourself. And then I think that is everything. I just want to make sure I didn't miss one of the things I wanted to show you here. Oh, when your store is ready to go, you're going to click on here, and then you're going to click, we need to actually launch it. So we're going to click on preferences. Or homepage title, we do need this. This is in the SEO training, but we can also put this in here for now. So we'd put like jewelry business, academy, effortless, golden jewelry for every day. And again, you can get ChatGPT to help with this, but I just want to simplify this process. We can connect to Google Analytics. Your Facebook pixel you'll do down the line when we're actually tracking them for ads and stuff like that. Password protection would be if we're wanting to stop people going on your website, but we want to remove this. So what we are going to do is just remove the password. So you would have to pick a plan, and that would automatically open up your availability to actually like make your website live. So it's pretty straightforward. So I think that's everything for now. So have fun with it, get your website up, and then remember it's going to be a work in progress, refining, adding products, all of that as you go. Hello guys, and welcome back. I am going to show you how to add and create your Flowdesk pop-up, which is the 10% off your first order pop-up on your website, how to create it and how to add it to your Shopify site. So it's pretty straightforward. There are instructions in the training as well, but I just want to walk you through so you can see how easy it is. So we'll go into Flowdesk. We're going to click on forms at the very top here, click on new form, and then you can choose, we want a pop-up. So it will be one of these pop-ups. I like this one. I'm going to click customize, and we'll select a segment over here. So I'm just going to stop share while I select the segment, and then we'll be able to, I'm just going to add a testing segment, save, and now I'm going to show you what page we are led to. So now we look over here, it's the get 10% off. Now, obviously, we just need to customize this. I'm going to upload an image that I have from one of these images with, well, ideally a smiling face would be great, but we will put this one, we'll put this one up here. I'm going to say a little gift for you. Oh, wait, why did the image not upload? These may be just too small because I made these for our Shopify site. There we go. Get 10% off your first order and be the first to know about new arrivals, sales, and special events. Obviously, you can customize this. You can customize the color. You can use our brand colors, which we've got here. So I'll just click the plus sign, copy that code, come over here, enter. We can also customize this button code. So it looks like it's tied to our website. Now, I don't like the word subscribe, but you can choose what wording like you resonate with. I like the round buttons as well. And maybe we'll just click sign me up or get my gift. Or sign me up works. Okay, Simple, straightforward, and we are pretty much done here. So the message, once they've signed up, they'll get this message. So I just want to do that again. Give me a second. Back. Where are we in the edited size? Okay, so I just want to show you because we've edited this text now. When you click on a text box, you can edit that text box. When you click outside on the blank space here, you'll see form and message. So I just want to show you when you click on message, you can then just customize like the message they'll see once they have signed up. So we want them to check their mailbox. So you can choose one of these. I will customize it and I'll say, check your emails. We've just sent you your 10% off code. And I would remove that. So, oh, whoops. I just did make a mistake. I'm going to click undo there because it's jumping between these, but that's what I would type here. Check your emails. We've just sent you a 10%. Yay. Okay. So we do that. And now we are going to click next. You can enable double opt-in if you want. I don't recommend it. It lowers your opt-in rate. You want to display the pop-up pretty quickly. I would say immediately is best. If you want to wait 10 seconds, you can, but people will bounce before the 10 seconds are up. And should we show this to return visitors who are already subscribed? No, we don't want to do that. Continue. When subscribers opt into this form, notify me or don't. You don't need to be notified. Continue. After this form is submitted, display a success message or redirect to a URL. So we want to display that success message and then we can go straight to the website or you can go straight to the website. But I would send them the message so they check their emails. And then you'll click continue. Now, this is where it's quite straightforward, but you're going to copy this code and you're going to copy this and put it in the coding part of your website. And this is where people get caught up because it seems really complex, but it's really not that complex at all. So you're going to go over to your website. And what you are going to do is, I'm just going to pull up the steps so I don't do it wrong for you. But you are going to go to your online store. You are going to click on themes. So we're going to scroll down. We're going to click on, whoops. Edit the code for the Dawn theme that we're busy using. Now we get to this section. Now, you don't want to mess around with coding, guys. Just a heads up. You just want to do what they've laid out for us to do. So then we are going to click on theme.liquid file, which is up at the top, nice and easy. And we are going to paste the code just before the closing, which is a like little triangle thing, dash head triangle tag in the theme liquid. So we have to look for the head tag. And I'm just going to scroll down till I see it. It's pretty, like if you've never seen coding before, it might be a little overwhelming to see all this, but we just have to look for the head tag. Let me just scroll back up. I think I went too fast. Tag all the way down here. Now, what we need to do is add spacing. So I'm going to click there and I'm going to go enter, enter, enter. Doesn't matter how much spacing you put, that doesn't impact anything. What is important is that we get it in between. Now I'm going to post this code before the head. And now I'm going to click save. Now we want to see what this looks like. So I'm going to exit the code, going to online store, view my store. And there we go. It's popping up. Super simple. People can type in their email address and then they'll see the other message. Then they can go through and go shop on your store. So really, really straightforward. And then that will be linked. That pop-up will be linked to them getting that welcome email series, which you will set up in a completely different training video. So have fun with that. It's really a straightforward thing. It's not complicated at all. It's just giving yourself time to find that head text, which, as you saw, took me a couple of minutes, but we got there. Okay, so you now have everything that you need to build a profitable Shopify store. The same foundation that helped Julie go from considering quitting her business to making $6,000 in just 4 days and then hitting a $16,000 month. The same system that got Eva to 5-figure revenue for 4 months straight in her first year. The difference between them and everyone else who watches tutorials is that they actually implemented what they learned. And so here is your 48-hour challenge, and I'm serious about this timeline. I want you to complete your foundation setup. Account, theme, basic pages, set a timer for 3 hours and just power through it. Add your first 3 products, configure payments, set up your homepage, and go live. This is key with your website. And another 3-hour session. The reason I'm giving you 48 hours is because I've seen what happens when people give themselves a week to do this. They overthink it, they get paralyzed by indecision and perfection, and they just never launch. And the stores that make money are the ones that launch imperfectly and improve based on real customer feedback. Your store's never going to be perfect in your head. Trust me. It only gets perfect by serving real customers. And so when you launch your store, you're going to launch it in 48 hours. 2 things need to happen. So the first is that you need to drop the link to your store in the comments below. I personally check every single one, and I'll give you specific feedback on what's working and what needs tweaking. Second, if you want the complete system for turning your new Shopify store into a profitable business, the email marketing, content strategy, photography, and scaling tactics I teach my private clients, everything is linked below in this video. But start with your store. Everything else builds on this foundation. Your first customer is already out there looking for exactly what you're selling, but they can't find you until you launch. So 48 hours, make it happen. I'll see you in the comments with your store link. And when you have this store, having a beautiful Shopify store is just the beginning. You could have the most perfectly set up store in the world, but if you can't find anything when you need it, you're going to waste hours every single day just trying to run your jewelry business. I can't tell you how many of my clients come to me with stores that look amazing, but they're spending 20 minutes just trying to update one product or find their shipping settings. They're paying for this powerful platform, but they're fighting it every single day instead of using it in an efficient way. And so in my next video, I'm going to show you exactly how to navigate Shopify like a pro, all the features, all the shortcuts, and the efficient workflows that will save you hours every week. Because the difference between someone who struggles with their store and someone who manages it effortlessly isn't really technical skill. It's just knowing where everything actually lives. So if you want to stop wasting time hunting for basic functions and start running your store like the professional you are, watch this video next and I will see you there.